this video was meant to be about this mock right here. And while we're definitely going to be taking a look at this, it's sort of spiraled out of my control, specifically because of one piece used in this set. Now, this set does contain at least one obvious knockoff piece. This head right here is not a Bionicle piece. It's not even related to Bionicle at all, but it's from a pretty infamous brand called Final Fighters, sometimes also called Dream Builders. Sometimes it goes by other names as well. And it's an interesting one because that set, that brand, has this piece available in a few different colors. And I like this one quite a lot. It's classic light gray, which there aren't that many mass pieces, but specifically pieces like this available in that color for Bionicle. So I'm very appreciative of a piece like that here. But I also quite like it because I think it fits well with this build. This is very clearly inspired by a Rahkshi. Obviously, I call it the prototype Rahkshi, even though granted, it's not a prototype by any means. I think that's pretty obvious. But what I like about it in general is that it still feels pretty appropriate compared to an official Rahkshi, which is larger, as I would intend. Again, this is not a prototype. This is not a prototype, but I wanted the prototype to feel a little bit smaller, a little bit more subdued, and this works, in my opinion. But you'll notice there's another knockoff here as well. This set includes this foot piece, which is a foot piece from Lego in sand green, and Lego does give us two different feet pieces in that color to choose from, but neither of them feel like they fit this set very well. However, I settled on this foot because it just looks better. However, when you take a look at that compared to the Rahkshi, there's a pretty clear difference. These are basically Borak feet sized. Rahkshi feet are Rahkshi feet. They're enormous, right? When you take a look at the back of this character, though, you will notice there is another foot on here, the Hero Factory 1.0 foot specifically. So why not use that as his feet? Well, unfortunately, the set that comes from, which was actually sent in by a fan for review, so look for a review for that set coming up here on the channel, hopefully in the summer. Got some things I got to do to facilitate that set because it's quite large. But in general, what I find so fascinating about this set in general, or this piece in general, is that it only comes one in that set, but the piece itself is interesting. This is where the video sort of spirals. Okay. The Hero Factory 1.0 foot is sort of a controversial piece in its design for a number of reasons. It might not be a Bionicle piece, but to me it's sort of an honorary Bionicle piece, if nothing else. And it connects to an axle, or rather a socket, in a very particular way. Because the axle that comes off that foot points upward, and it means that the socket connects like this. There's no other way to connect it like this. However, what's interesting about this piece is while this is pretty limiting in how it can articulate, and especially in where it puts the ball joint in the foot, kind of close to the center of the foot, which just feels weird proportionally, one thing that is interesting about it is that it's actually open in the center, and you can insert a socket into that opening. And because the bottom of the foot is hollow, you can do something like this. That little axle lift arm lever piece, I don't know what to call it, goes all the way through where the axle's sticking out of the other side, and it locks that socket in. This is something I discovered like way back in 2010, 2011, and I find it quite fascinating because it just works. And not only does it work, it puts the socket in a better position further back so the ball joint feels a little more naturally positioned, but it also leaves the axle open on the back if that's something you wanted to do, because that's neat. You have access to it now. It leaves the pins open, and it even adds an extra axle hole, which I take advantage of on one of my Kopaka builds. So that's pretty neat, all that being told. However, this is not a Lego piece, and the one I showed you on that Rahkshi is not a Lego piece either. This set is using sand green as well as old light gray as its color, and that foot specifically is sand green. What's going on here? Lego makes this piece in 7 different colors: red, black, lime, white, mata, blue, as well as 2 different shades of silver. And that's cool. That's a lot of colors for a single foot piece like this, especially once you know how to connect the socket in a better way. However, it's only 7 colors, and when you want to look at something with a lot of colors like the Toa Mata foot, basically, if you want to build a character in old dark gray or in pearl blue or dark turquoise, this is the piece you're going to, because it's available in those colors, and in those cases it's the only foot piece available in those colors outside of Tohunga feet, because we're not talking about those in this video. However, there are sand green feet, as we saw in this video, but there are no sand blue feet, again, outside of Matoran feet. Let's not talk about that. So this is interesting, because now not only do I have this foot in a better orientation, but I now have it in a color that's quite popular in the Bionicle community, yet very limited to work with. This gives us color support for a foot piece like this, for a larger character. If I wanted to build 2007 Matoro, but I wanted to give him sand blue instead of medium blue to reflect his 2001 color scheme, this is an option. This is something I could go into. Instead of giving him the Toa Mata feet for, well, his feet, right, on his legs, I could give him these. Or I could even replace the one on his torso with this. And then he has a little bit of sand blue in the torso as well. And that's lovely, right? It gives you more options to build into, but that's not all. Knockoffs have produced this piece in 7 more recolors, at least. I could be missing some. The earliest one that I ever saw was one in bright green, which I don't currently own, so I'm using the CCBS foot because it's actually the only other foot piece available in this color. It's not even from Bionicle, it's from the Green Lantern set from LEGO's Superheroes CCBS line. And that's fascinating because Leeway uses this color in Generation 2, but this color never appears in G1 Bionicle. So if you wanted to build a G1 set, this is an option for you, but it just feels a little off. I don't know, CCBS pieces don't quite blend as well, at least in my opinion, to old classic Bionicle, whereas this at least feels a little better. So the fact that this foot exists in that bright green color is phenomenal, and it's all thanks to bootlegs. This piece here is made by a brand called Zhe Gao, and they make this piece in a few different colors, including sand blue here, as well as orange, which yes, we do have plenty of feet pieces from LEGO available in orange, but it's nice to have an extra. However, again, they make it in sand blue, they make it in mata blue, they make it in white, probably some other colors as well. But interestingly, the one that I showed here in sand green is not made by that brand. And in fact, there are differences between the molds of these two. You can tell that they're not made by the same brand, because this one is made by F5. Or sometimes called Jaki as well. And that's fascinating to me because it means now we have at least 2 brands producing this same piece. But that's not true either, because the one I mentioned in bright green also comes from a different brand. Now, I'm not positive which brand that one is. I have a suspicion it might be KSZ or KXZ, which is a very common brand for CCBS parts specifically. I don't know that that's true, but I say that because some of the parts used in at least one of the other sets from that lineup actually share parts, colors, molds, etc. with KXZ's brand. So because though those sets are not marked by that brand, at the very least I think they use the same manufacturer. And that includes the bright green version of the Hero Factory 1.0 foot. But that's not even all. I mentioned 3 colors here so far. Light bluish gray is also an option. I don't know who produces that one, but I've seen it. I can find out, I'm sure. But interestingly also, we get it in, I know there's one I'm missing. I said orange, dark blue is another one, and olive green. This one's interesting to me because not only has this never seen use in Bionicle Generation 1, it also was never used in G2 as well. It was never used in Bionicle at all. And the closest thing you can get to is maybe the Krana metallic green color is close to olive green, but that's about it, right? And so it's interesting that you can get panels like these from yet another knockoff, by the way. LEGO also never produced this panel specifically. It's styled like LEGO's classic panels, but it's not one that they ever made. They never made this shape or size, and that's pretty cool. Olive green is an interesting use here. And in fact, all the olive green pieces on here are bootleg pieces, even though they are a match for LEGO's olive green. These pieces were produced by a brand named Simbo. I don't know if that has an overarching name or what, but so it's fascinating that I can now get pieces like this in olive green or in light bluish gray or sand blue and get color support for pieces and for colors that I think are good. I like olive green a lot. I like light bluish gray a lot. There are some pieces from Hero Factory in that color, but nothing really Bionicle adjacent outside of some sockets, right? So it's lovely to have these as options. And I mentioned bright green here too, because while it's not my favorite color, it is a color that never saw use in Bionicle G1. But there are pieces that exist in that color thanks to these brands, these off-brands. Notably, this armor right here, which is the Vorox or Skrall armor. This is from Zhe Gao as well. This is also bright green, and that's lovely. And the Borak eye here as well. I've also seen, in fact, I own one of the Leeway Uniter sword pieces that exist in solid bright green. They do a paint on them. That paint has proven terrible to try and remove. It is possible, but it's very difficult, and I have not tried to move it in full yet. But it's nice to have that as an option. Because now, if I wanted to build a classic Bionicle G1 character, I could go from having 0 pieces that fit the aesthetic of G1 for bright green to having at least 3, right? That Skrall armor could be on the shoulders and on the legs. Those Hero Factory 1.0 feet could be feet or a chest armor or whatever. The Borak eyes could go anywhere on the character realistically. And the weapons, if I wanted to use them, could be weapons, could be wings, could be somewhere else on the character. That's wonderful stuff because now it means I go from 0 pieces in that color to 4 different pieces. No sockets available, unfortunately, but hey, I'll take anything over nothing at all. Anyway, so yeah, rabbit hole, as I mentioned. there are a lot of really wonderful brands out there helping keep Bionicle alive, even if Lego isn't themselves doing it. But that's not to say they're not. Lego definitely knows Bionicle exists. Lego knows the importance of that brand. They're not stupid by any means. And also, it's worth noting, too, that Lego still goes out of their way to create parts that feel like they could be Bionicle adjacent, if not Bionicle themselves. I love to mention the Dragon Head from the Dragon Rising little spinner sets, which came in 3 colors from that wave, but also came in pearl gold, and in summer of this year is going to come in white as well. If we got this piece in black or green or brown from Lego, I would be so happy. Dark orange would be a lovely color as well, honestly. But yeah, because this is a piece that, while it's not a Bionicle piece, it feels like it could be on a Bionicle set. I use it on my Izrakoth set specifically. This little build is just a modification of the little dragon body that set comes in, but now with actual feet on him so that he's more dragon-like. I don't know what the hell to say. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Oh, the other thing I want to mention too is I mentioned Zhe Gao specifically because that set is the one that includes this piece. And the set that I bought, they have 2 that actually include this in sand blue, which is wonderful. The one that I got was the blue character. A friend of mine got it in white. Both of them contain this piece. But the blue one that I bought also has this in blue, 2 of them. Not a recolor, but nice to have. Has them in white. Again, not a recolor, only includes 1, but still nice to have. And they're ABS plastic, so that's cool. But the set that I bought also has the Piraka 3-toed feet in Keek Orange. I made a video about that set, so you can go ahead and watch that one after this one. That's pretty much it. Be sure to subscribe and let me know your thoughts specifically if you are a fan of any bootleg sets or what your experience is with bootleg knockoff brands, whatever you want to call them. And I'm particularly interested in learning more about the Final Fighters theme, because while I definitely own a couple of sets from them, they leave a lot to be desired for sure. They sort of don't quite live up to their full potential, but there are still some interesting designs nonetheless. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Check out the links down in the description below, and be sure to check out the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.